Welcome to GZ Coins World YouTube channel where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasures. Today you are going to discover 5 Liberty 1-cent dimes that could shack you right out of your seat. My dear fellow treasure hunters, collectors, and curious minds. Imagine holding a 10-cent coin one you might easily overlook that has the potential to change your life forever. A simple dime, struck in 2011 at the Denver Mint, is whispered about in numismatic circles not just as a collectible, not just as a high-grade rarity, but as a potential $700 million treasure. Yes, you heard that right. $700 million. Today, we unravel the story behind this modern-day legend, the 2011 D. Roosevelt Liberty Dime, and dive deep into its design, origins, grading standards, rarity, market intrigue, and the debate over its incredible rumored value. So buckle up, because what seems like a coin worth a mere 10 cents might just be one of the most fascinating stories in American numismatic history. Chapter 1. The Legacy of the Roosevelt Dime. To fully appreciate the 2011 D dime, we must first understand the journey that led to it. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, the year after President Franklin Delano Roosevelt passed away. FDR was not only a 4-term president who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, but he was also instrumental in the creation of the March of Dimes, a campaign that fought polio, a disease that had personally affected him. In honor of his legacy, the U.S. Mint replaced the Mercury Dime with a new design featuring Roosevelt's profile. Sculpted by Chief Engraver John R. Sinek, the Roosevelt Dime bears a simple yet symbolic design. The obverse front features Roosevelt's left-facing profile, a nod to leadership and resilience. The reverse displays a torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by an olive branch for peace and an oak branch for strength and victory. This design hasn't changed much over the decades, and it has remained a staple in U.S. coinage for nearly 80 years. Chapter 2. The 2011 D. Roosevelt Dime, a modern coin with a mysterious reputation. Let's move forward to 2011, a time when billions of Roosevelt dimes were minted across U.S. facilities. The Denver Mint, known for its high-volume production, struck a massive number of these coins, all marked with the D mint mark located just above the date. On the surface, the 2011 D. Roosevelt dime looks like any other. It's made of a clad composition, a copper core with nickel plating. It weighs just 2.27 grams. It's only 17.91 millimeters in diameter. Yet, for some collectors, this coin is anything but ordinary. It is said that one specific specimen of flawless, perfectly struck 2011 D. Roosevelt dime has been valued by a private collector or market source at a mind-blowing $700 million. Whether this is myth, marketing hype, or a hidden truth waiting to be confirmed, it has made the 2011 D dime one of the most talked about modern coins in numismatic history. Chapter 3. Understanding coin grading, the road to MS70. To understand why a modern dime could command such a high price, we must explore the concept of coin grading. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, where 70 represents a perfect mint state coin, a coin that has never been touched, has no marks, no flaws, and has full luster and sharp strike quality. Only a few coins out of millions reach this elite level. For the 2011 D dime, collectors are especially looking for the MS70 full bands designation. The full bands refers to the sharply defined horizontal lines on the torch on the reverse. These lines must be fully separated and distinct. It's a sign of a perfect strike, the highest level of mint craftsmanship. If a 2011 D. Roosevelt dime has MS70 grade with full bands, it becomes incredibly rare and theoretically priceless, hence the rumored $700 million. Chapter 4. Is the $700 million claim real? This is the question everyone wants answered. Has a 2011 D dime actually sold for $700 million? Is there truly a buyer willing to pay that? At the time of this video, no major auction house like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, or Great Collections has documented such a sale. There are no public records of any Roosevelt dime, modern or vintage, reaching that value. The highest confirmed sales for Roosevelt dimes, even those graded MS68 or MS69 with full bands, rarely exceed a few $1,000s. So where does the $700 million figure come from? It likely originates from private collector speculation combined with an obsession in the market for perfection. In rare cases, Ultra-wealthy collectors have offered astronomical amounts for coins with historical significance or perfect-grade scarcity. While the valuation may be symbolic or exaggerated, the possibility of an ultra-rare coin reaching 7-figure or even 8-figure value is not impossible. But again, there is no concrete proof of a 2011 dime selling for that much. It remains a mystery, a legend, a spark for dreamers and collectors alike. Chapter 5. What is the actual value of a 2011 dime? Now, let's talk about realistic market value based on grading and condition. Circulated coins. Worth face value 10 cents. Uncirculated MS63 to MS65. Between $1 to $5. High-grade MS66 to MS68 full bands. Typically $10 to $50, sometimes more. MS69 full bands. Very rare, may sell for $100 to $500 plus depending on demand. MS70 full bands. As of now, no verified public example exists. If found and authenticated, this could easily become a 5- or 6-figure coin or more if auction competition rises. Chapter 6. Coin varieties, errors, and hidden gems. Don't just stop at the grade 2011 dimes, may also feature mint errors that increase their value. 1. Off-center strikes can be worth $50 to $150 or more. 2. Clipped planchets, coins missing a portion of the edge. 3. Double die errors, doubling in lettering or date. 4. Missing clad layer, rare and collectible. If your 2011 dime has any of these features plus an extremely high grade, it could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars and perhaps more to the right collector. Chapter 7. How to find and preserve a valuable dime. So, how can you tell if you're holding a jackpot coin? 1. Look for the D mint mark above the year 2011. 2. Inspect with a 10x magnifier. Check for full bands, no scratches, and original shine. 3. Handle only with gloves or soft cloth. Skin oils damage coins quickly. 4. Store in airtight holders or certified slabs from PCGS or NGC. 5. If you suspect a gem, submit it for professional grading. Only certified grades bring top market value. Chapter 8. The mystique of modern money. The story of the 2011 Liberty Dime isn't just about whether one coin is worth $700 million. It's about the magic of numismatics, the blend of history, art, rarity, mystery, and value. What makes a dime worth more than a mansion, more than a yacht, more than a city block? The answer lies in its perfection, its story, and the demand it creates in the hearts of collectors. So keep looking. Search your pocket change. Visit coin shows. Explore estate sales. Because the next great find could be hiding in plain sight, and you might just become the owner of the most valuable dime in history. Did you enjoy this deep dive into the 2011 Roosevelt Liberty Dime? Have a coin you want us to review? Or maybe you've found a 2011 dime you think could be rare? Comment below, share your stories. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next legendary coin story. This is not just collecting, it's treasure hunting. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next $1 million coin might be right in your pocket. What if I told you that in the depths of your change jar, among the coins you overlook daily, could be a tiny silver-colored piece worth nearly $7 million? A coin no bigger than your fingernail, yet said to be worth $6.950 million. Sounds like fantasy, doesn't it? Now, we dive deep into the story of one of America's most unassuming treasures, the 2014 Roosevelt Dime, a 10-cent coin that some claim has become a legendary fortune in disguise. Is it true? What makes this coin so special? And what should you be looking for in your own collection? Get ready, because this is not just any coin. This is the 2014 Liberty Dime, and its story will blow your mind. Chapter 1. The birth of the Roosevelt Dime. The Roosevelt Dime was born out of both respect and urgency. After the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt in 1945, Americans wanted a tribute to the man who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and who had helped launch the March of Dimes to fight polio. In 1946, the Mercury Dime was replaced by a new design. The new obverse featured Roosevelt's profile, engraved by Chief Engraver John R. Sinek. The reverse displayed a flaming torch of liberty, flanked by an olive branch on the left for peace and an oak branch on the right for strength and independence. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has become a constant companion in everyday life. But occasionally, a modern coin can go from ordinary to extraordinary. That brings us to 2014. Chapter 2: The 2014 D. Roosevelt Dime. In 2014, the Denver Mint struck more than 1.17 billion Roosevelt dimes. That's right, over a billion of these coins were released into circulation that year, making them among the most common coins ever produced. But with modern minting, where machines aim for perfection, it's the rare cases of absolute flawlessness or unusual flaws that attract serious collector attention. Among those billions, rumors spread of a single 2014 D dime that reached the holy grail of coin grading MS-70 with full bands, meaning it was absolutely perfect, both in condition and strike. And then came the claim a private collector or investor allegedly offered or purchased that one dime for a whopping $6.950 million. But is there truth to that story? Chapter 3: Grading. Why MS-70 full bands matters. To understand the significance of that rumored value, we need to talk about grading. Coin grading is done on a 70-point scale. An MS-70 mint state 70 coin means it's in perfect, pristine condition with no visible imperfections even under 5x magnification. Now, add in full bands. This term refers to the horizontal lines across the torch on the reverse of the Roosevelt dime. A full bands designation means the lines are fully separated and sharply struck. Most dimes from any given year do not receive this designation. Weak strikes, die wear, or even the smallest blemish will cost the coin that title. A 2014 D. Roosevelt dime with both MS-70 and full bands would be incredibly rare, possibly one of a kind. But let's compare that to what's publicly known. Chapter 4: Real auction sales. Despite rumors of millions, auction records show the highest publicly sold 2014 D. Roosevelt dimes are nowhere near 7 figures. A 2014 D dime graded MS-68 with full bands sold for around $250. Coins in MS-67 FB range from $75 to $200. Common uncirculated examples are worth between $2 and $12 depending on the grade. There are no public sales verifying a $6.95 million transaction. That means either the $6.95 million dime is a private transaction or it's a myth, legend, or extreme speculation. But that doesn't mean you should ignore your pocket change. Chapter 5: Coin errors, hidden value. Even without perfection, errors on the 2014 D dime can carry serious value. Missing clad layer. A 2014 D dime missing its nickel layer sold for over $625. Misaligned die strike. Off-center or rotated dimes have sold for $300 plus. Partial collar strike. Known to fetch $500, $600 depending on grade. So even a flawed coin, if the flaw is unique and unusual, can attract collectors and premiums. Chapter 6: How to check your 2014 D dime. If you have a 2014 D dime at home, here's how to inspect it. 1. Check the mint mark. It should have a small d above the date. 2. Look at the torch. Use a 5x magnifier to check the torch's horizontal bands. Are they sharp and distinct? That could be full bands. 3. Check for luster. Rotate under a light. A true MS-70 will have full, even shine with no contact marks. 4. Look for errors. Anything unusual. Off-center strike. Weird texture. Copper color from missing clad. If you suspect your coin is special, do not clean it. Cleaning lowers its grade. Instead, submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. Chapter 7: What's the truth about $6.950 million? The $6.950 million story remains a mystery. No auction record, no confirmed buyer, no public sale. It could be myth. Or maybe, just maybe, a collector somewhere holds a unicorn coin, a perfect MS-70 full bands dime from 2014, quietly waiting for its moment to shine. Either way, the story has power. It reminds us that treasure may still exist in the most unlikely places. Even in a dime. What's in your change jar right now? Is it just spare coins? Or is one of them a life-changing piece of history? If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of the 2014 D. Roosevelt dime, like this video, subscribe for more numismatic mysteries, and share your own discoveries in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe your dime is the next millionaire legend. Thanks for watching and happy hunting, treasure seekers. What if I told you that a coin worth just 10 cents could change your life? That in your spare change, hidden between a couple of quarters and some pennies, there could be a single coin valued at hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars. This is not just a fantasy. This is the story of the 2015 P. Roosevelt dime. Some call it the Liberty Dime. Others believe it's a piece of modern treasure. And in today's video, we're going to uncover why this tiny coin is making such massive noise in the coin collecting world. This isn't just a story about metal. This is about mystery, money, minting, and myths. So buckle up. Because we're diving deep into the world of American coinage, focusing on one of the most talked about coins of the modern era. Chapter 1. The History of the Roosevelt Dime. To understand the 2015 P dime, we need to travel back in time to the 1940s. America was recovering from the Second World War. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of the most influential presidents in American history, had recently passed away in April 1945. His leadership during the Great Depression and the war earned him not only admiration but a lasting legacy. One part of that legacy was the Roosevelt dime. It was introduced on January 30, 1946, what would have been Roosevelt's birthday. The dime was chosen because of FDR's association with the March of Dimes, a campaign he supported to fight polio. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, and it featured Roosevelt's left-facing profile on the obverse, with a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch on the reverse. These symbols represented liberty, peace, and strength, pillars of American identity. For nearly 2 decades, Roosevelt dimes were minted in 90% silver. But in 1965, the Coinage Act eliminated silver from the dime and other denominations due to rising silver prices. Since then, the Roosevelt dime has been made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, except for special proof and silver issues. Chapter 2. What makes the 2015 P dime special? Fast forward to 2015. The Philadelphia Mint, designated by the P Mint mark, struck nearly 1.5 billion Roosevelt dimes for general circulation. On the surface, the 2015 P dime appears just like any other modern coin. Common. Unremarkable. Ordinary. But here's where things get interesting. In 2015, the U.S. Mint also released a limited edition March of Dimes silver set. This 3-coin set included 1. A 2015 P reverse proof silver dime. 2. A 2015 W proof silver dime. 3. A proof silver dollar honoring the March of Dimes. The reverse proof dime, with its frosted background and polished details, was the first Roosevelt dime ever struck in this style. Only 75,000 of these were made. The 2015 W silver proof was struck at the West Point Mint and shared the same mintage. These dimes are already rare, but even rarer are those in perfect condition, graded PR 70 by professional services like PCGS and NGC. Chapter 3. The Real Value versus Viral Myths. Now, let's address the claim that a 2015 P Roosevelt dime is worth $687 million. That number is outrageous. Not just unrealistic, but literally impossible based on the history of coin sales. The most expensive dime ever sold is the legendary 1894 S. Barber dime. Only 24 were minted, and fewer than 10 are known to exist today. One of these coins sold at auction for around $1.90 million. The idea that a modern clad coin from 2015 with a production run of over $1 billion could sell for $687 million. That is false. There is no documentation, no auction listing, no coin grading company supporting this valuation. This myth likely originated from misinterpreted online posts or clickbait headlines. In reality, the typical 2015 P-clad dime from Pocket Change is worth exactly 10 cents. Even in uncirculated condition, it might fetch $1 or $2. However, error coins and rare variants do exist, and those can demand significantly higher prices. Chapter 4. Varieties and errors that are actually valuable. Let's focus on what really matters to collectors. Variants and errors. Point 1. Reverse Proof Dime 2015p. Silver, limited to 75,000. In PR70 condition, this can sell for $85 to $100.20. 2015 W Silver Proof Dime. Also limited to 75,000. PR70S can fetch $70 to $90.30. Full bands Clad Dimes. Clad 2015p dimes with sharply defined horizontal torch lines. These fetch $15 to $25 or more. 4. Error coins. Coins with off-center strikes, double dies, struck throughs, or feeder finger scratches have been sold for hundreds of dollars. For example, one off-center 2015p dime in mint state sold for over $400. These are real values, based on collector interest, condition, and certification. And while they won't make you a millionaire, they certainly offer an exciting opportunity to profit from knowledge and a keen eye. Chapter 5: How to tell if your 2015p dime is rare. Here's what you should look for if you think your 2015p dime is special. Check for a solid silver edge. Clad coins show a copper core. Silver coins are uniformly gray. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the torch on the reverse. If you see 3 clear, separated horizontal bands, congratulations, you might have a full bands dime. Examine both sides for unusual features. Doubling, unusual textures, or misalignments could indicate a valuable error. Look for a reverse proof or mirrored design. That's a sign you have one of the rare March of Dimes silver issues. Consider submitting it for grading if it appears flawless. Chapter 6: Buying and Selling Tips. If you're buying, make sure the coin is certified by PCGS or NGC. Raw coins often come with risk unless you're trained in spotting authenticity. Use reputable platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or certified eBay sellers. If you're selling, present high-resolution photos. Provide full descriptions and, if certified, show the slab number. Know your coin's condition and avoid falling into the trap of inflated value myths. Chapter 7: A dime's worth more than its weight. To summarize, the 2015p Roosevelt dime is a fascinating piece of modern U.S. coinage. While most are common, select versions like the reverse proof, W mint silver proof, and error coins can carry real collector value. But the $687 million claim? A myth. There's no known Roosevelt dime even worth 1/1000th of that. Still, this coin remains a perfect example of why collecting is exciting. A seemingly ordinary object can hold history, design, and hidden value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just curious about change in your pocket, this dime reminds us that stories and sometimes treasures are found in the smallest things. If you've got a 2015p dime or any interesting coin, drop a comment below and tell us about it. Like this video if you learned something new, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video about rare coins, unbelievable finds, and real collector stories. Thank you for watching. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin be a rare gem. Imagine holding a coin so common you find it daily in your change. Now imagine the very same coin is rumored to be worth $685,000. Could this be true? Now, we unravel the fascinating story behind the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime, also known as the Liberty Dime, its history, why it is so beloved, and whether it really could be worth more than most cars or even houses. Welcome to the ultimate deep dive on one of America's most circulated coins with an extraordinary secret. Chapter 1: The Legacy of the Roosevelt Dime. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 as a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. FDR led the nation through some of its toughest times, the Great Depression and World War II, but beyond politics, his personal battle against polio was well known. The March of Dimes campaign, originally created to fight polio, became a lasting legacy tied deeply to Roosevelt's name. The dime's design was crafted by John R. Sinek, chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. On the obverse, we see Roosevelt's dignified profile, a symbol of leadership and resilience. On the reverse, a torch representing liberty shines brightly, flanked by olive branches symbolizing peace and oak branches symbolizing strength. This design has remained mostly unchanged for over 70 years. Originally, Dimes were made of 90% silver until 1964, when rising silver prices forced the U.S. Mint to switch to a clad composition and outer layer of copper nickel with a copper core. This composition remains standard to this day. Chapter 2: Understanding the 2016 D Roosevelt Dime. The D in 2016 D indicates this dime was minted in Denver, one of the two primary coin-producing mints alongside Philadelphia. The 2016 D dime belongs to a large family of modern Roosevelt dimes struck in copper-nickel clad. It weighs 2.268 grams and measures 17.91 millimeters in diameter with a finely reeded edge. What makes the 2016 D interesting is its massive mintage. Approximately 1,437,000,000 coins were struck that year alone. This volume makes it one of the most common dimes in circulation. But within the sea of coins, numismatists and collectors search for rare varieties and errors that add value and intrigue. Chapter 3: The sensational $685,000 value claim. In recent years, an extraordinary rumor has spread online: the claim that a single 2016 D Roosevelt dime is worth $685,000. This number has caused widespread excitement and confusion. But what's the truth? After meticulous research and cross-referencing auction records from leading numismatic sources like Heritage Auctions, PCGS, and NGC, no evidence exists to support such an astronomical valuation for any 2016 D dime. The highest valued dimes historically are rare and scarce mint errors or dates with extremely low mintage, like the famous 1894 S. Barber dime, which sold for over $2 million due to only 24 examples ever minted. The 2016 D dime simply does not have scarcity on this scale. This viral valuation likely originated from misunderstandings, misinformation, or deliberate hype designed to drive attention. Chapter 4: Real value in the market. Despite the myth, many 2016 D Roosevelt dimes carry value well above face for collectors, especially when in pristine condition or featuring certain varieties. Here's a realistic breakdown. Circulated coins are generally worth face value, about 10 cents. Uncirculated coins graded MS-65 range between $1 and $3. Coins graded MS-67 with the full bands designation, where the three bands on the torch's reverse are fully separated, can reach around $30 to $40. Some error coins, like broad-struck examples, off-center strikes, or retained strike-throughs, have been documented selling in the range of $100 to $400 depending on condition. For instance, a 2016 D dime with a feeder finger error graded MS-64 sold for approximately $135. A retained strike-through error in MS-63 brought roughly $365. Broad-struck examples have reached $415 in auctions. These are genuine collector prices, well documented and verified. They show that while the dime can be valuable, it does not reach anywhere near the $500,000 mark. Chapter 5: Key error varieties to know. If you want to identify valuable 2016 D dimes, keep an eye out for these error types. 1. Off-center strikes that miss the edge of the coin. 2. Struck through grease or debris, leaving distorted or incomplete designs. 3. Retained strike-throughs, where material remains stuck to the coin's surface during striking. 4. Broad-struck errors, where the coin is struck outside the collar, causing it to spread. 5. Missing clad layer errors, resulting in an unusually light coin. 6. Cut breaks or die chips causing raised lumps or irregularities. 7. Double die varieties, which produce duplicated images or letters. High-grade examples of these errors are particularly prized and can command premium prices from collectors. Chapter 6: How to identify if your 2016 D dime is special. To know if you hold a special 2016 D dime, here are a few tips. Check the D mint mark carefully to confirm its origin. Examine the torch bands on the reverse closely. Coins with sharp, fully separated bands earn the full bands designation and higher value. Use a loupe or magnifier to look for errors like doubling, off-centering, or die chips. Weigh the coin. An error missing the clad layer will weigh less than standard. Consider professional grading by PCGS or NGC, as certified coins often achieve higher auction values. Chapter 7: Selling and Buying Strategies. If you discover a potentially valuable 2016 D dime, take these steps. Get the coin professionally graded to authenticate and protect its value. Use reputable platforms such as heritage auctions, great collections, or certified eBay sellers. Provide clear, high-quality images and detailed descriptions when selling. Research recent sale prices to price your coin competitively. When buying, look for slabbed coins with documented provenance to avoid scams. The 2016 D Roosevelt dime may not be the $500,000 gem some claim, but it remains a fascinating piece of American coinage, rich in history and beloved by collectors worldwide. It reminds us that sometimes value is found not just in rarity, but in the stories and legacy behind the coin. So next time you find a dime, take a closer look. You might just hold a small piece of history in your hand. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like this video, subscribe for more coin mysteries, and share your stories in the comments below. Have you found a rare dime or unique error? We want to hear about it. Thanks for watching and happy hunting. Imagine a coin so ordinary you might find dozens of them in your pocket, your change jar, or your desk drawer. Now imagine that very same coin is rumored to be worth over $684,000. Could it be true? Now, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2016 P. Roosevelt dime, one of America's most commonly circulated coins, and exploring its rich history, its real and rumored value, and what collectors should truly know. Chapter 1: The Historical Legacy of the Roosevelt Dime. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was a towering figure in American history, leading the nation through the Great Depression and the Second World War. But beyond politics, Roosevelt's personal battle against polio and his efforts to eradicate the disease left a legacy that inspired millions. The March of Dimes, an organization founded to fight polio, became deeply associated with Roosevelt's name. As a result, the dime was selected to honor him. Designed by John R. Sinek, chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, the coin features a dignified profile of Roosevelt on the obverse. The reverse showcases a radiant torch symbolizing liberty, flanked by olive branches representing peace and oak branches symbolizing strength. This design has endured, with minor modifications, for over 7 decades, making the Roosevelt dime an iconic piece of American coinage. It was originally minted in 90% silver until 1964, but since 1965, it has been struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, the same as the 2016 P dime. Chapter 2: What makes the 2016 P Roosevelt dime special? The P mint mark tells us this dime was minted in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American coinage. Unlike the Denver Mint, Philadelphia did not consistently use mint marks on dimes until more recent years, making the 2016 P a modern example proudly stamped with its origin. The 2016 P Roosevelt dime measures 17.91 millimeters in diameter, weighs 2.268 grams, and has a finely reeded edge with 118 reeds. Designed to prevent coin clipping and counterfeiting. It is made of a clad metal combination, outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. In 2016, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 1.3 billion Roosevelt dimes, including the P mint mark versions. This huge mintage ensures that the 2016 P dime is among the most common coins circulating in America today. But despite its abundance, the 2016 P dime holds secrets and stories that collectors are eager to uncover. Chapter 3: The Myth and Mystery of the $684,000 Value. You may have seen videos, social media posts, or articles claiming that the 2016 P Roosevelt dime is worth a staggering $684,000. Such a figure sparks excitement and curiosity, but how accurate is it? The truth is, there is no verified record or authenticated sale of any 2016 P Roosevelt dime anywhere near this value. No professional grading company like PCGS or NGC has certified a 2016 P dime commanding such an astronomical price. No reputable auction house has documented a sale at that level either. This sensational number likely arises from a combination of viral misinformation, misunderstandings, and overzealous speculation. Often, such myths are tied to rare error coins, unique die varieties, or one-of-a-kind collector pieces, but none of these factors apply to the common 2016 P dime on its own. Chapter 4: Realistic Market Values for the 2016 P Roosevelt Dime. While the $684,000 claim is unsubstantiated, many 2016 P Roosevelt dimes do have value beyond their 10-cent face value, especially when they meet certain conditions or possess unique characteristics. Here's a general overview of current market values. Circulated 2016 P dimes are worth their face value 10 cents. Uncirculated coins graded MS65 typically range from $1 to $3. Higher grade coins with sharp strike and the coveted full bands designation can fetch between $25 and $50. Coins with genuine mint errors such as broad strikes, off-center strikes, or doubled dies can command prices from $100 to several $100 depending on rarity and condition. For example, a 2016 P dime with a strong off-center strike graded MS64 recently sold for around $150 at auction. A broad struck error, one where the coin was struck outside the collar and flared outward, brought over $400. These types of error coins, while uncommon, are real and prized by collectors. Chapter 5: Error Varieties and What to Look For. Collectors seek out error coins because they are anomalies, mistakes made during the minting process that result in unique coins with collectible value. For the 2016 P dime, common errors include off-center strikes where the coin is not properly aligned in the press, causing parts of the design to be missing or cut off. Broad-struck errors that occur when the collar doesn't properly restrain the metal, causing the coin to spread and distort. Die clashes where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in place, leaving ghostly images on the coin. Doubled dies, a result of misaligned dies causing duplication in lettering or design features. Missing clad layer errors where the outer metal layers are absent, resulting in a lightweight coin. High-grade examples of these errors are especially sought after and can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in some cases, though none reach the six-figure mark unless extraordinarily rare. Chapter 6: How to Verify if your 2016 P dime is valuable. To know whether your 2016 P dime has real value, follow these steps. Examine the coin's condition. Coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and bright luster are more valuable. Look closely at the torch bands on the reverse side. Full bands are a specific designation given when the three horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and well defined. This increases value. Inspect for mint errors such as doubling, off-centering, or broad strikes. Use a digital scale to check weight. Missing clad errors weigh less than the standard 2.268 grams. If you suspect your coin has special features, consider professional grading by PCGS or NGC for authentication and increased market value. Chapter 7: Tips for Buying and Selling. If you want to buy or sell a 2016 P dime, here are a few tips. When buying, prefer coins that come with certification from reputable grading services. This protects you from counterfeits or misrepresented coins. When selling, get your coin graded to maximize its potential value and trustworthiness. List your coin with detailed photos and descriptions on trusted auction sites or coin dealer platforms. Research recent auction prices and trends to price your coin realistically. Avoid scams or sensational claims promising sky-high returns without proof. The 2016 P Roosevelt dime may not be the million-dollar legend some claim, but it remains a coin with an incredible story, one tied to a beloved president, a symbol of hope, and an enduring piece of American history. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just someone curious about the coins in your pocket, the 2016 P dime reminds us that history, value, and mystery can all be found in the smallest of places. So next time you come across a dime, take a moment to appreciate the story behind it. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more fascinating coin stories and valuable insights, and leave a comment below telling us if you've ever found a rare coin or error. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting!